Toy Story 5, talking about Smarty Pants and the fact that I think I found this character. And in this video, I'm going to be proving the fact that, it kind of backs up my theory. And obviously this theory could not be true. Smarty Pants probably won't be a doll or, whatever. And Telly said maybe it could. So the one thing is, we're going to show you here. So one thing is if you don't know, I'm going to pop it up here on the screen. So yes, the idea for Toy Story as a full-length animated film was first explored in the summer of 1990. In 1988, John Lasseter and Pixar created the short film Tin Toy, which was a precursor to the Toy Story concept. So they didn't really have a Toy Story idea, but they were kind of getting there. And starting in 1990, and also another reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you think about Conan O'Brien, he brought up that he's going to be Smarty Pants in the summertime. It's practically the summertime right now, right? It's going to start getting hotter now soon, right? And this is about exactly a year, close to a year to when the movie comes out, which comes out in the summer. Obviously, I might be stretching, I don't know, but this is a great theory here. So it says here, in the summer of 1990, Catmull, Smith, and Ralph Guggenheim met with Peter Schneider to discuss creating a feature film based on Tin Story, which became Toy Story. The film was released in 1995. And this is the fifth film too. This is the fifth. I just thought about it right now. This is the fifth film, and it took them about 5 years to produce the first Toy Story. And the first Toy Story happened in the summer. Conan O'Brien releases he's Smarty Pants in the summer. I mean, okay, so here's another thing too. If you're looking at the screen now, right? So this is why we're talking about Smarty Pants. So we're going back to Smarty Pants here, right? So Smarty Pants, the Smarty Pants toy that you see on the screen here, if you look at the bottom there, it says it's a vintage 1990, right? Their first Toy Story movie was practically a vintage in my opinion. I don't even know. I don't know what people follow by vintage. I think, to me, vintage, I think of it as a classic. I mean, in my opinion, people might see vintage as like, have a, long story short, people probably have a different definition on what vintage means on them. But to me, vintage means I think of classic nowadays. You know what I mean? Might have meant something different back then, but me, I don't know. To me, it's like that. It's like that vintage and like vinyl. I don't know. Call me stupid, whatever. Who cares? Anyways, on with this theory. So you look at it. So it says vintage 1990. Then you go back to the Toy Story. When did they start getting the idea of, adding the Tin Story and making that into a full thing? Was 1990 in the summer. When is the movie coming out? In the summer. When is it? Or what Toy Story is it? Toy Story 5. You know what I mean? This is big stuff here. This is big stuff. And also, it's a VTech Electronics. So electronics, and that's something that Toy Story is all about, going to be all about, right? It's going to be about electronics and the relevancy between electronics, the toys, and kids might start push away the toys a little bit, you know what I mean? And start, like, using their iPad or whatever, staying away from the toys. And then the toys probably feel sad about that. And that's probably why all the toys come together when Bo Peep and Woody come back to Buzz and stuff like that, whatever they're doing. They come back, and like I said, my theory, I think that at the end of the movie, Buzz and Woody are gonna go with Bo Peep. They're gonna go back wherever they go, or there's a bunch of theories I shared, so go check them out. There's a bunch of videos I shared. I'm probably gonna make a playlist so you can find them all easily. But I have a couple other videos talking about Toy Story and all that stuff, so go check them out. But it's just interesting. 1990, Smarty Pants. He's electronical. Right, so, and then also, the doll also looks like Conan a little bit. Not say that like Conan looks bad or anything. I'm just saying that if you look at the doll and you look at Conan, you're like, yeah, this kind of fits him, right? And it'd be even crazier if the doll that I'm googling was the actual doll in the movie. Would be insane. I may be stretching, but this theory, like, it kind of makes sense a little bit. It might be stretchy, but it kind of makes sense. And what's also interesting is that there's also going to be a transition in this movie because they're trying to make Jesse the main character, you know, because that's what I'm saying. That's where Buzz and them are gonna take off, and then, you know, Jesse's gonna be the main character. And I don't know if that's gonna be true or not. You know, a lot of these things, you know, it's just theories, but you know, they do want to make this Toy Story to be around Jesse, you know, revolving around her. From Tim Allen himself, he did say that himself. You know, I feel like I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna make more movies. They're gonna do like Toy Story and like kind of change the name. You know, they might rebrand Toy Story. They might do that. Nickelodeon, by the way, rebranded to Nick Sponge or whatever, Nick Sponge or something like that. You know what I mean? And some people were mad about that, but it's only for the summer. Some people, I guess they got mad, but they're playing SpongeBob all day in the summer or something like that, so they changed. It's just for the summer, so some people are over exaggerating. It's not like the AI stuff that's happening right now, so and stuff like that. But yeah, so Jesse's gonna take over. I mean, there's a couple theories that I've shared. So like I said, go check out my other videos. I don't want to repeat myself, which I've already done somewhat here. But what else? See if there's anything else we got here. I just learned about this video. Also, this is another reason why. So a reason why I'm sharing this kind of late. I didn't want to add everything in the same video. Also, I didn't want to add things extra in the video because the video is already kind of long, and you know, not many people know who I am, so I don't know how many people are gonna watch my Toy Story, you know, theory and stuff like that. So I don't want to sit here and, you know, talk about that. But here, I'll actually let's go real time right here. So John Lester create the tin toy. You know what we should do before we end this video? Let's see what Tin Toy is all about first. Before we go. I am gonna end here. I think we've talked about everything we could here. Disney and Pixar. So I'm gonna see what Tin Toy was all about here. Let's check it out really quick. Let's see. Was it with Woody? Does anyone know? If anyone knows, you're a freaking OG. Tin Toy about. There we go. What was Tin Toy about? Wow. Oh, wait a second. Did they make a game out of that? Bro, I swear to you, there's a game on Game Pass. It's called like Tin Boy or Toy or something. It's like a puzzle game. Dude, I got a hair on my hand right now. A Tin Toy's daily routine as a drum major gets interrupted by a meddlesome boy. Interesting. Tin Toy. So this is what started the whole Toy Story kind of thing. The theme is the toys, but I can see why this did not work. You know, a little drummer boy. Come on, man, you ain't a Woody, bro. We got Woody and Buzz Lightyear. So whatever they did, whatever they talked about, they definitely got it right. You know what I mean? So yeah, John Lester. We just read it. Very interesting. The budget was $300,000. $300,000. That's so crazy, bro. Tin Toy. This is before even. So this is background story here. This is a little bit behind the scenes right here before we go. Tin Toy, 1988. So yeah. So anyways, though, I think this is good though, man. But long story short, what are the odds it's 1990 vintage? You know what I mean? What are the odds of that? And it's also called Smarty Pants. Very interesting. And it also has electronic in the name too. That's also kind of weird because the Toy Story 5, you know, it's supposed to be about electronics and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. I might be stretching, but I mean, come on, man. It's freaking Disney. They might be playing with our brains right now. You know what I mean? They're probably like, they're not going to get this down. But dude, I Googled it and this is what it gave me. And these things, they kind of add up. You know, it's a vintage toy, 1990. Toy Story got first thought of in 1990. Got made 5 years later, 1995. The very first Toy Story. And then now it's Toy Story 5. Conan says that he's Smarty Pants like a couple weeks before June, which the movie drops in summertime. I mean, Smarty Pants. He's being a Smarty Pants. Think about it. He's being a Smarty Pants and telling you, like, he's giving you a little subliminal or metaphor, or he's messing with you. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, hey, I'm gonna be Smarty Pants. A week or two before June, which it's practically already summertime now. I don't know. Call me crazy. Great theory. Go Go check out my other videos. I shared other theories, things on my mind, and stuff like that. Comment down below. Subscribe. My name is A1 Solution. We A1 React out here.